Let's start today's topic on the first cue of the four cues I had mentioned in the last videos, which is the intelligence quotient. What is intelligence quotient? In theory and how to measure it, there could be contradictions, but in reality and for all the practical purpose, I will give you details on how to use your intelligence quotient to make sure that it helps you in your journey to holistic well-being. Before we deep dive into what is IQ or intelligence quotient, I would like to bring your understanding to the concept of mind and how it is structured. We have to stop looking at mind from like a doctor or a neurosurgeon who will look at anatomy or physiology. What we are going to do today is primarily understanding theoretically how our mind is classified and how each of the centers of mind help us in determining how we become. It is ideally, if I have to put in one line, we are manifestations of our subconscious mind.
The mind is classified into two parts. Theoretically, it has two segments. The first segment is conscious mind, which accounts for about 10% and is responsible for our logic, whereas the second part is called subconscious mind, which accounts for 90% of images and emotions. So primarily whatever we see as an image or a picture that gets stored in our subconscious mind, all the emotions we go through of liking, disliking, all those things as an experience, they get stored into our subconscious mind. Imagine in a childhood, again from 1st to 6 years of the child's age, whatever they are learning things directly recording into their subconscious mind. They are like uncorrupted because they have not developed intelligence quotient, and I will explain later on how that is the key. Similarly, the conscious mind, which is kind of the active mind, which is trying to respond to logic. He's analyzing things, what is the right logic, what is the wrong logic. It works like a computer program which operates in binary language. It's either yes or no. There is nothing in between. It is accounting for short-term memory, thinking, planning, as I will be discussing later on how we can use IQ for planning better financial aspects to get financial freedom. Also, all the decision making and analysis is dependent on IQ. As I said, if you go to right side, you will see it is responsible. Subconscious mind is responsible for long-term memory, emotions, all the habits which we acquire in our life. They are getting recorded in our subconscious mind. Relationships, addictions, everything gets into our subconscious mind because these are repeated actions. Whichever you do, they tend to get recorded in the subconscious mind. A lot of involuntary functions of our body, like suddenly if there is something comes to your eyes gets closed suddenly. So it's a involuntary function. Your heart is beating, it's pumping blood. That is an involuntary function. So organ functions which are involuntary are controlled by subconscious mind. Creativity, which is beyond intelligence, innovation, those all are the aspects where you think out of the box. They are from the subconscious mind. Similarly, developmental stages of our life, they are part of subconscious mind. And finally, even the spiritual wellness or spiritual connection, which leads to SQ, which is a main topic of our holistic health and being, is also residing in the subconscious mind. So in that way, it is a key component of our brain, major component of our brain. So hope this gives you some understanding of how mind works. Conscious mind is ideally we. We receive information, identify incoming information through one of the six senses, which are known as smell, sound, touch, taste, feeling, and sight, looking at something. So these are the six ways we receive any external information. So our conscious mind receives that information, identifies this, processes this information, and then goes to subconscious mind for instruction how to respond to these information. Because like subconscious mind is already a database that has a response for each of these, which we have accumulated over a period of time through learning, through experiences. So our response will be based on what kind of information our conscious mind received. So it's like a messenger. Conscious mind is a messenger, and your subconscious mind, is a database which will give you the action based on what information you have received. Let's jump to subconscious mind. The official understanding or the idea of subconscious mind was first discovered or introduced by Sigmund Freud in 1915. To the extent that subconscious mind influences our lives, but it has been topic of much research. But if you go back in the holistic world or scriptures of any countries or civilizations 5,000 years ago, all the yogis and yogic rishis already knew that there is a subconscious, superconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. So that their practices were always bringing awareness to our subconscious mind. That's what they have been doing. Whether it's been rishis or Gautam Buddha, they have demonstrated that they could awaken their superconscious mind, passing through from subconscious mind and attaining spiritual bliss. In next part, I'm going to give another example to explain you how IQ is important. Even Gautam Buddha realized that the materialistic world was not meeting his end goal, and he started searching for his purpose by going to Buddhahood, going to a spiritual path. But before that, he was born as a prince. So that is the example I am going to give you in the next part. I will also introduce you to the concept of Maslow's law of hierarchy needs, and I'll give you the details and why it is important to fulfill basic needs to pursue holistic well-being. See you in the next part soon.